What is up, you guys? It is Maddie here, and in the background, you're watching some Search and Destroy gameplay on Express, and this is a pretty impressive match for two reasons. One is because I carried the shit out of my team. I get 13 kills, 4 deaths, 4 plants. I do everything. Main reason that is because Ivan was just having a bad game. He's Northerly Beast, and Branio didn't warm up at all, so he literally just came on and played, and that was it. But, it's an enjoyable gameplay to watch. There is quite a few sections fast-forwarded, because this was originally a 16-minute gameplay, and there was a lot of obnoxious celebrating, as you can see here. So it did eat up some time, so I do apologize on the lengthy gameplay, but I did shorten it as best as I could. But like I said, this is a pretty impressive gameplay because he is the 4th MLG rank, and then there's a 300th, and yeah, it's a pretty cool gameplay to watch. But basically what I wanted to talk about today would be, the new camos and whatnot. On my main channel, I made a commentary about how expensive gaming is as a hobby, and right here I pick up a nice little two-piece. Get the fuck out of here. And how downloadable camos and whatnot are extremely overpriced, and how unnecessary it really all is. Why the fact that I have to pay for new camos and new classes is beyond me. And I hate to reuse the topic, but it's more fitting for here where I can really go on the Call of Duty terms. On my main channel, I kind of talked about gaming in general, but here I'm going to focus on Call of Duty. So, when a new map pack comes out, we'll start off with this. When a new map pack comes out, you want to get it because they're new maps. You want to experience it new. But I bet half the people buying these maps have no idea that you're just playing the trash that's been thrown away, basically. All these new maps that we get, the Revolution DLC map pack that we got for $20, those are maps that were supposed to be in-game, but they decided to get rid of because they weren't good enough. Clearly, they were not good enough because a lot of them sucked. If you ask me personally, Hydro shit, Mirage is shit, I really don't like some of the maps on the DLC, and, I shouldn't have to pay this much for stuff that you've thrown away. If you put development time in, either A, put it in the full retail game so that there's more maps to play in general, or B, just don't fucking charge us $20. I mean, like Activision is such a wealthy company, and if they really invested in a Call of Duty game, they really can make such a good one. Each Call of Duty has its own flaws. And, I've made a commentary about this on its own, which Call of Duty is the best for game battles, in my opinion. And I went on and on about that, but, Activision, how many games do you see the Activision brand on? Like, do you realize how much money they can fund and they can make such mean games. They can make so many good games. And that's not to say Call of Duty's bad, because when I'm winning in this game, when everything's going my way, like, everything's fair, I'm not losing because of connection, like, I'm losing gunfights because of my gun skill or something like that, fine. This game is great. But, when I'm dying because of connection, that's where I start raging hard and, lag comp and whatnot. But that's besides the point. Anyways, we're buying the scraps for the DLC maps and whatnot, and this class set thing, like, what the fuck? Like, this was one of the top 3 complaints I saw about this game. Why isn't there 10 classes in private matches? And, now, like, why do we have to pay for extra classes? Like, yeah, you're giving us 50 classes, but, like, who the fuck is going to use 50 guns? If you're going to use 50 guns, set up 50 separate classes for 50 separate guns, because they give you 10 class sets, 10 times 5 classes per class set equals 50, you dumb bitch. And, why in the world, right here, I almost got a nice two-piece. Why in the world they're charging us for this is ridiculous. I understand, you make money off of it. I understand that there's that temptation, but when you're just adding extra classes, don't you think that's stretching a little bit? 10 classes or extra classes for, and here's my friend Ivan celebrating, extra classes for, granted, it's very cheap. It's extremely cheap. 160 Microsoft points is very cheap, and, if you spend $5, you can get a camo and a class set, which isn't bad. Now, I originally thought what they were going to do was release a bunch of camos in a camo pack for $5, like 400 Microsoft points for like 10 camos. That sounds like a deal to me. That sounds awesome. I would pay for that. But 160 Microsoft points for like each camo, what the fuck? Like, that's a lot of money. Like, that's, if I didn't do the math, but I'm pretty sure that'd be $10. And right here in this round, pay attention because I get a nice 1v3. I picked this guy off, and then Relatings makes probably one of the stupidest choices. You'll see right out here. I just pop out, and there he is going onto the train. I don't know why he did that. But anyways, just wanted to call this part out here because I was pretty impressed with myself. I do play it slow from this part here. Anyways, why are we getting charged for class sets? Like, why can I unlock... What I don't get is why can I... and this is more so a complaint for competitive gamers, which isn't that big of a community, so I can understand sort of why they're not fixing this. But still, they said that they're focusing on the competitive community. Here's a way to help. You know, in like every Call of Duty, you have 10 classes in private matches, and if you like in Black Ops 2, in the public matches, you can unlock new classes. And when I originally saw this, I was like, all right, sweet, you know, I can still get classes, or I can still have more than 5 private match classes. So I unlock a class after my first prestige. I don't get shit. So I was just like, all right, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? And unfortunately, I didn't have any 10. I didn't have an extra private match class, and you know, to me that really grinded my gears, to say the least, because you know it's like, what's so difficult about adding classes? Now they could add these class sets, but why the fuck do I have to pay for it now? Like, and the stupid part is I can't switch between class sets in game. Like, I have to pick a class set, so I'm still limited to 5 classes. So I thought that they were finally expanding on something. Nope. I don't think adding 10 classes is that hard. Maybe it is. I'm not a game coder or programmer, I mean, but, you know, if you ask me, I don't think it's that fucking hard. And I know for a fact, making camos on guns is not difficult. I would quote what my friend Noah told me, because he codes and shit. He knows the development stuff better than I do. But I probably messed something up. He said it's like a bump map on the texture of the gun or something like that. And it's just basically like redoing it. And it's like, what the fuck's so hard about that? You know, I mean, the art designs on the guns are really good looking. It's insane how good they look. Like the graffiti one, that is such a sick fucking camo. Like, I'm happy I paid, you know, a few bucks for that. That's an awesome camo. But the rest are like, you know, right here, you'll see right here, this Benjamin's camo, you know, that's awesome. But it's like, why do I have to pay so much money for it? You know, and that's really what I'm getting at here, is that, you know, I went on a small little tangent on my main channel, just kind of talking about you know, how expensive gaming is in general. You know, I talked about HD remakes and whatnot. And I apologize if the gameplay skipping. I'm seeing that right now in Sony Vegas. I don't know if it's doing it for you guys here. But yeah, you know, now one other thing I wouldn't mind paying for is like guns. If they make gun packs in Call of Duty, I wouldn't mind paying for that. That's something that affects the game. That's something that changes. That's something that you're paying for as an advantage over another player. I can understand paying for something like that. But when I'm buying a camo, or I'm buying class sets, that really doesn't give me a freaking huge advantage on another player. It just gives me A, a different looking gun, or B, extra classes that I can switch between in pregame lobbies. Now, for competitive players, this is probably useful because you got your CTF class, your hardpoint class, your S&D class, your whatever class. But in like pubs, like, what are you gonna have? Like, I mean, yeah, you could do the same thing in pubs, I guess, if you play Mosh Pit. But like most game modes that people play in public matches are respawn based. So my question is, why the hell are we? Why are we still like? Why do we have to pay for it? You know. And I'm kind of sounding like a broken record here, but I kind of want to get my point across. And I definitely want to know what you guys think in the comments. Mainly, this is Call of Duty specific. I've already done this tangent on my main channel, but I want to know what you guys think on fucking shotgun. That pissed me off right there when I ran around the corner. I would have died if he had any gun. He could have spit on me and I would have died, but the fact that he's using a shotgun bothered me. But I definitely want to know what you guys think on the, is Call of Duty, I wouldn't say a scam, but, you know, yeah, right there the gameplay skipped again. That's odd. I apologize. You know, is Call of Duty, or is Treyarch, you know, milking money, Activision milking money? Do you think that if we submitted enough formal complaints, would we get all this stuff in a full package and they'd actually have to work after a game release? I don't know, but definitely leave that in the comments as this gameplay sort of wraps up. I get a nice first blood nade there. That's a really good spawn nade that you should definitely throw if you go A-side, and I shouldn't be giving you tips because if I ever play you, I'm fucked because you're going to throw that. But yeah, that's definitely an awesome spawn nade. I plant the bomb really quickly here, because right as I start planting, Ivan picks up a kill. And that basically leaves me open to freely roam the map and go to this little corner here where I will kill the final guy coming out of mid-train. So I hope you guys enjoyed my little rant. I want to know what you guys think, so be sure to leave a comment if you want to. I know we don't get that many viewers here on this channel, but if you feel like speaking your mind, go ahead and post a comment. I hope you guys enjoyed my rant, though. Other than that, stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.